they played the Monster Mash.
The Monster Mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
played the mash.
Stop believing that it's going to happen because you haven't seen any positive changes, you haven't seen any results. And I was actually listening to a TED Talk. Hello everyone! Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. You might hear my oven in the background, which is the best sound in the world when you're making the right things, which we are. So we are currently making some pumpkin chocolate oatmeal cookies. Wow, that is a mouthful. So today I was really craving pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, and I was almost tempted to buy them at Whole Foods yesterday because I saw them, they were already pre-made. And then I looked on the back, like in the ingredients section. One, they didn't have pumpkin. They didn't even use pumpkin in the ingredients. Look at the ingredients and there's dyes and other gross things, and I want real ingredient food, because this is the thing, guys. Even if you are gonna cheat and have something with more sugar in it, or have something with simple carbs or whatever the case may be, something that's not traditionally good for you, I guess you could say. If you eat food with real ingredients, you know what's in it, it's not going to be as bad for you as buying something from the grocery store or already packaged and it's filled with so many different sugars and dyes. And like I said, it didn't even have real pumpkin in it. So I went on Pinterest, business as usual, and I found some guilt-free chocolate chip pumpkin oatmeal cookies that actually could be made gluten-free if you have gluten-free. I guess they're ready to come out. Be right back. They're so chocolatey. Okay, so now that we have made the cookies and they are cooling on a plate, and I have some still on the cookie sheet, I want to tell you guys my plan for tonight. I came to the conclusion we need to make an adult fort. How fun, right? Like, think back to when you were a kid. Did you guys make forts? Me and my brother literally made forts all the time. Even when we went out for dinner, we'd be like, Mom, can we sit under the table? So I thought we could have our cookies in our fort. Okay, so I really want to make the fort in here because this is such a cozy room. Harpy is already in the fort. Somebody likes the fort. My little fort girl. It's honestly a pretty cool setup. We're gonna sleep in here tonight? Yeah. Yeah. Come into my fort. So I just asked you guys on Instagram what you want to talk about. in my fort. A lot of you guys want me to talk about the law of attraction. I know it's been a minute since I talked about the law of attraction. I think one of the biggest things with the law of attraction and mistakes that people make is that they try it for a day and genuinely believe that they're going to get it, that it's going to happen. And then in a week or two, or maybe even a few days, you stop believing that it's going to happen because you haven't seen any positive changes, you haven't seen any results. And I was actually listening to a TED Talk about productivity, which has nothing to do with exactly what I'm saying, but the two sort of meet together. And when he said something, I was like, wow, that makes a ton of sense. And it actually could work in terms of law of attraction. And basically what he was saying is that a lot of times we come up with these ideas and we say, okay, you know, I want to start being fit, or I want to start losing weight, or I want to start waking up early, or I want to start having better, healthier habits. You expect to have that all right now, instead of saying, okay, I'm still me, I'm still not somebody that wakes up at 5 a.m. or I'm still somebody that, you know, doesn't go to the gym at all. Most likely not going to go to the gym 7 days a week and be like a bodybuilder. You know what I mean? You have to work up to these things. So you can't expect to be that person in the next 24 hours because you are still you. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with doing little tiny steps to get to where you want to be. But you do have to keep in mind 24 hours, 48 hours, you are still you. So this is the thing, guys. I hope that that didn't discourage anybody, because sometimes when I was trying to become the better version of myself, I had this whole idea of who I wanted to be, and I wanted to be a girl boss, and I wanted to have all these healthy habits, and I wanted to work on my relationship, and I wanted to work on my YouTube channel, and I just had so many things I wanted to work on. My fitness goals. You guys remember when I first started my channel, you know, it's kind of a timeline of when I started, you know, slowly incorporating new things. So I think for me, it was almost discouraging at first. I remember my uncle, he was kind of like my first mentor, because he's somebody that has worked on all areas of his life. He's super fit, he's really successful, he's smart, and reads a lot of books. And I remember I was saying to him, you know, well, I want to be able to go to the gym 5 days a week, eat healthy, and not take a million cheat days and all of that. And he was basically like, girl, slow down. Like, you have to slowly add in new things into your routine, and that way you don't sort of lose momentum. Because I think that's the biggest thing with law of attraction, is you get really excited, you get really hyped up because you're like, yeah, this is the new me, this is who I'm gonna be. And then in 3-4 days, when you don't see these changes, which is, by the way, totally normal, but in our heads we're hard on ourselves and we're like, yeah, but this is who I want to be. I want to be here, I want to be this person. But you have to remember that it's going to take time and that you're not going to see changes overnight. The next thing I would say with law of attraction that has really helped me out, and I think that this could be another mistake that people make, is that you don't have to tell every single person your business. And this is kind of true for a lot of things in life, not just the law of attraction, but just sort of one of those life lessons that you won't regret. You will never regret telling too many people something than sometimes keeping things to yourself. I promise you. It's okay if you want to tell your best friend or your mom or your dad or, you know, a sibling, whoever, somebody that you can really trust, but it's also okay if you want to work on some things in silence. This is just a good lesson to know, and it's something that I wish I knew when I was younger, and that is the importance of energy. The energy that you put out, you have to believe that that is what comes back. Now, of course, and I always say this in videos, of course there's rare circumstances where you're a really good person and something bad happens, and vice versa, a bad person and good things happen to them. One example that my parents actually used to teach me and my brother and my little sister when we were younger, and I think it's such an important lesson, especially when you start to be in school and start to compare yourself to other people. But anytime jealousy would sort of be an issue and I would talk to my mom about it, she would always say, listen, if somebody is doing something that you want to be doing, you need to support them. And my dad would say this too. You need to support them. Maybe you can learn tips from them and cheer them on like it's you. Be excited for them like it's you. And that's kind of my biggest example of good energy compared to bad energy, because a lot of times people will want to do something. So maybe they have a goal. Maybe one of your friends it has a boyfriend now and you're single and you want a boyfriend, and instead of being jealous of that person, or maybe you want to be on YouTube but you go and leave hate comments on YouTube channels, you know, that's an example of negative energy that you don't want to attract back into your life. Instead, you can come from a place of positive energy, cheering on your friend that she's in this new relationship, talking to her about it, being there for her. And guess what? I truly believe that all of that energy then comes back to you, and before you know it, you'll be in a relationship, you'll find somebody. I think that all that positivity comes back 100 times to you. And the same with kindness, you know, the more you're holding doors for people, helping people, you know, especially helping people when nobody's watching, when it's just you by yourself, all of that comes back, guys. All of that just makes a full circle. And I'm not saying you should be kind for those reasons. I'm just saying that I do think that the more positive energy you're putting out, I think of it like a bouncy ball. Like I throw a ball at a wall and it comes right back at my head. The same thing with energy. So yeah, that's really everything I want to talk about today in Fort family. I love you guys so much. If you guys want to keep seeing Fort talks, like I just feel like things get more emotional and more deep in the fort, because it's like a secluded little area, an area that you can feel safe, a little safe space. So I love you guys so much. Have an awesome day, and I will see you guys soon.